boy.
It has been a minute, y'all. Oh my goodness. I apologize. I have been a little tardy. Please hold. My headphones got unplugged. Okay. What's going on? Welcome back. Thank you so much for joining the Live, Laugh, Lex podcast. I am your host, the one, the only Alexa, aka Lex, aka LexPed. And I'm happy to be back. I truly am. I have a lot of explaining to do. Again, my deepest apologies. It's been a crazy few weeks for me. I feel like I'm always saying that, but it really has been. In the mild sense of the term crazy, like good crazy. I last left off. I was actually looking through my episodes the other day, and I last left off. I was going on vacation. I was going to Aruba. I was going to Disney World. It was the holidays. And I so badly wanted to record an episode while I was in Aruba. But if I'm being so honest with you, I was having the time of my life. I didn't want to stop and like push back my morning beach time to sit and sit on my balcony and do a podcast. So I apologize. And then that was the first week of December. And then I came back and then I went to Disney World right after that with my sister and my brother. And we had a great time. It was actually really cute. My brother, if I haven't mentioned on here, my brother, he is special needs. He's autistic. He's my older brother. He's 34. His birthday was on Christmas. And he's always jealous when I go to Disney World. So my mom and I came up with the idea of surprising him and taking him to Disney for his birthday-ish, kind of. So I literally told him the morning of that we were going to Disney World, and he lost his shit. He went bananas. So I had a fun time with my siblings. My friend Andrea was also down there, and we had a great little weekend, a great little weekend in Disney. And then the holidays came around, and then the end of the month of December, I got a cat. Okay. So quick story about the cat. He is an outside cat, or was an outside cat. His name is Boots. His name has always been Boots. Boots has been coming around here for about probably a year and a half, like quite some time. Comes by 2-3 times a day. He'll literally sit outside of my door. And I always think of the Dr. Phil sound where he's like, open the door or I'm going to throw rocks at your window. Like he looks at me and stares at me like, bitch, are you going to feed me or not? So at the end of the month of December, I want to say it was the 29th. It was a Monday night. It was so cold. It was so windy. And usually I let him come right inside, like right in my doorway to just get some relief from the cold. I'll feed him in there and then he usually leaves. But that particular night, he did not leave. He walked more into my apartment, and he's done that before, but this time he was really taking some time. And I was like, you know what? I'm just going to close the door and he's not going out tonight. So I closed the door. He was freaking out the whole night. And it was a horrible first night for us. I felt like a new mother. I did not sleep. He was trying to climb up the window screens and escape. And the next day I was like, you know what? I'm going to let you out. Like, you clearly don't want to be in here. I go to open the door. This cat doesn't leave. I have the door open like 10 minutes. He doesn't leave. So I was like, all right, I gave you your chance and you're not leaving. So you're staying. So it's been a rough few weeks. I wouldn't say rough, but he's adjusting to his home life. He loves lounging on the couch. I'll catch him like sprawled out across the couch. It's actually so cute because I think about like him living in the street and I'm like, I'm sure you've never felt this safe before living in the street. So he'll be like sprawled out on the couch, but the thing is he has to get fixed. So he's not fixed. So he cries around that meow, 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 like he walks around the house. I almost like don't want to be too loud because right now he's in a quiet time. He's napping right now. And he just cries. He'll have a crying bout for like 20 minutes. And I'm like, bro, please stop crying. So I wanted to film an episode last week, but he's so loud sometimes. And I'm like, I don't know if I can edit that kind of sound out. So I thought I would jump on here while he's taking a quick nap and just give everyone a little catch up. Also, if you've learned anything about me so far, like the winter sucks, man. The winter sucks. I'm in like a real kind of hibernation, stillness type of season. Pause for coffee break. And I'm not inspired in the winter. I truly am not inspired in the winter. It's really tough for me to tap into that side of me. And the past few years of my life, I've kind of just accepted it. You know, the winter is meant for rest and relaxation, and that's okay. I don't always have to be go, 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 grind, grind, grind. Oh my God, I got panicked that my episode wasn't recording. I don't always have to be go, go, go. And I used to be really hard on myself and beat myself up over it. And I've given myself grace over the past few winters. And I know that once the, spring comes around, daylight savings time, I'm a whole new woman. I'm a whole new woman. And I was actually thinking about this the other day. So obviously the calendar year, the new year starts in January. I always thought it was funny that the astrological year and also kind of the biblical year, the new years start in the springtime when everything's coming to life, the flowers are blooming, the sun is shining. That's when the new year starts. And that kind of resonates with me more because that's when I start to feel alive. And I'm like, you know what? March, April, like I feel like a new woman. I'm excited for this next, stretch of time. And I've kind of made peace with that. You know what? Springtime is my new year. So for now, I'm kind of just chilling out, making the most of it. We actually, in New York, got wiped out with snow yesterday. There has to be at least like between 8 and 10 inches of snow. And I believe it's snowing a little bit right now as I look out the window. And I fucking hate it here, man. I fucking hate it here. And I need to move away. I just don't know where to go. That's going to be a discussion for a later date because that's something that's been really weighing on me. Feeling like I need to leave. I need to leave the nest. But again, discussion for a later date. Life's been fun. Life's been fun between you and me. I started seeing someone and that's been a lot of fun, which is also another reason why I'm kind of like, I don't need to do the podcast right now. Like I'm genuinely just being present, enjoying life as much as I can for the time being. Oh my God, how can I forget? In January, a few weeks ago, I did something I've always wanted to do. I've always had the bucket list task of going to Disney World for the day. And when I say for the day, I quite literally mean for the day. Like I left in the morning, 6 a.m. flight out of Newark Airport, went to Disney World, 9:15 p.m. flight back home, leaving Orlando Airport, home the same day. So I did that a few weeks ago. And was it a little crazy of me? Yeah. But you know what? I asked my therapist and she said it was fine. I'm not hurting anyone. I'm just using my free will. So I did that a few weeks ago and I've been trying to like just do fun shit to keep myself going. I went to a Knicks game a few weeks ago. That was fun. And not for nothing, the Knicks game cost me more than going to Disney World for the day. So I'm going to do that every single time. And a day in Disney World is better than a day here. So I actually would totally do that again. And it was actually funny. So I was posting updates on my Instagram story, which if you don't follow me on Instagram, at LexPed, LEXPED, I was posting updates on my Instagram story of my Disney in a day journey. And then I had posted like a recap video after because I did in fact vlog the whole day. And the amount of people that hit me up and DM'd me and they were like, you're so inspiring. You're so fun. You're so cool. Like I'm not using my free will enough. And that's really all I'm trying to do is show people like, y'all aren't living life enough. Truly, you're not living life enough. And I love that. I feel like I've maybe like influenced some people to like use their free will more just because I went to Disney World for the day, which is crazy. But I love that for me. And I'm really just like, I don't know. I'm just not feeling creatively pulled or drawn to do anything really, which fucking sucks. Like I beat myself up over times like this, but I know myself and I know that in time it will come. It'll just come. Right now, my brain is chilling. My soul is, doing what it needs to do, just relaxing. And I've never not had like an idea, like a moment, like, okay, like this is what I could do next. Because right now in my career, I'm feeling stuck. I love cutting hair. I will always enjoy cutting hair, but I've been doing this now this is going on. I'm entering my 8th year of cutting hair. I started barber school in February of 2018. So, yeah, we're going on 8 years, and that's the longest I've ever done anything in my life. And I'm just a little bored. I'm a little bored. I never saw myself as the kind of person to do something forever, to have one job forever. And that's part of the reason I didn't join the FDNY, the fire department, was because I was like, I can't do that job for 20 years. Like I can't do anything for that long. So I'm hitting this kind of wall where I want to pivot. I don't really know how to pivot. I don't want to girl boss anymore. Like I girl bossed so hard. I grinded. I did the damn thing. I did everything I needed to do to get to this point where now I'm kind of coasting. And with my job, I gonna be completely transparent. I don't work 40-hour weeks because there's just something in my soul that's like, no, like that's not what the human experience is about. That's not what my life is supposed to be about. Like I'm meant to work as a means to an end, essentially, and have some kind of influence on people. And I love that my job is ultimately serving others because I do love making people feel good and just being I don't want to say like a support system, but like for lack of a better word, like people come to me and I'm almost like a part-time therapist. And anyone that goes to a barber or a hairstylist, like you tell your barber or stylist everything. And I'm there for people in the best and the worst times of their life. And it's something like that's the part I enjoy the most is the social aspect and talking to others and having that human connection. But the idea of a fixated schedule and I have to go in this time to this time, and it's just not what my soul wants. So I'm in a place right now where I'm trying to figure out, okay, like how do I just truly live my life and get paid for doing that? And I know it sounds silly and not everyone is going to understand the vision, the idea of like, you just Lex, you need to work. What are you talking about? Like you're being crazy. No, I really think that I can pursue a fulfilling life and somehow get paid for it. I mean, listen, we're in the day and age of social media and technology where people are getting paid from TikTok and YouTube and social media platforms just by posting and getting views. And I kind of want to shift towards that. Like I genuinely think, and maybe this is so completely self-absorbed of me, but I genuinely think that I'm so cool, awesome, great, and fun that I should be getting paid for existing. Like people should just want to like see what I'm up to, and I should be making money from that. And there's so much I want to do in life, and I feel like I'm not wasting my life, but I'm not living up to my full potential. So that is all another reason why I've kind of just been MIA off of this platform. And I've been doing a lot of self-reflection and a lot of giving myself grace. And I think if there's one thing I've learned and really honed in on in the past few years is giving yourself grace. And it's really easy. And I want you to listen to this because this is something that I kind of almost is like, this is a little profound. Okay. So buckle up. As a 31-year-old woman, I generally like to feel that my listening age of this podcast is around my age. Millennials, maybe some Gen Z, but mostly around my age group. We grew up without social media and we kind of were on the precipice. Is that the right word to use? Let me look. Precipice. I think it is. The last thing I Googled, sociopath. Precipice. I don't even spell that. Precipice. No, let me see. What is the other meaning of precipice? The brink. Okay, a precipice means a very steep cliff or the edge of a high place, but its other key meaning is metaphorical, referring to the brink or verge of a dangerous, disastrous, or a significant situation. Is it always negative? Because that sounds negative. Is precipice... Okay. By nature, the word precipice implies danger or peril. I don't like that. Sorry, one of my like nerd things is vocabulary, because I felt like I grew up without like a great vocabulary. And I like knowing the meaning of words. No, I don't, anyway, sorry for that. As millennials, we grew up, I guess, not on the precipice, whatever the adjacent word of the positive word for precipice is, of social media, the coming of social media, where, I still had a childhood and we only really compared our lives to the people around us, and we didn't have access to billions of people on the internet to look at and beat ourselves up over, okay? So now as an adult, our phones are in our hands at all times. They are always in our hands. Even as much as we try to not do that, it's inevitable, okay? We are in a digital world, and I've accepted that. I love my phone. I love the internet. I'll say it all the time. I love the internet, okay? But with that being said, everyone, social media is a highlight reel. It truly is a highlight reel, and people only post the good. It's rare they post the bad, because quite honestly, this world sucks. So who wants to see the bad shit? Like, everyone wants to post the good stuff, but also like everyone wants to flex on everyone else. Like, oh, look what I'm doing. I just bought a house. I'm getting married. I'm on vacation in the Maldives, and I'm in Greece, and I'm doing this and I'm doing that. And when you're constantly seeing that, and then you have, celebrities that you follow and influencers and these people that have way more money than I ever will. When you're constantly consuming that, how do you not fucking beat yourself up? How? It's almost impossible. And I think that I've gotten good at kind of like not comparing myself, but I have my moments of weakness where I'm like, damn, I'm really fucking behind in life. Like, holy shit. Like, people that are younger than me are married and having kids and buying houses. And I've gotten really good at taking a step back and saying, first of all, I don't even want that. Like, if you ask me what I want right now, it's not a house. It's not kids. I would love to get married one day, but I'm not in a rush. Like, the thing with marriage, and I'm kind of getting off on a tangent, but I promise there's an end. There's an end in mind. The thing with marriage for me, it's like, if you're with someone and you're going to be together forever and you want to marry them, like, what's the rush? Like, what is literally the rush? I never really got, as an adult, the whole thing of like, I don't know why my boyfriend hasn't proposed to me, or I don't know what's taking so long. Like, girl, if you're going to be together forever, what's the fucking rush? Truly, what is the rush? So do I want to get married eventually? Yeah, of course. Do I need to get married right now or in the next like year or 2 years? No, I'm not in a rush. And oh no, I lost it a little. Oh no, I got it again. I beat myself up and I tell myself that, listen, this is the profound part, okay? Think of yourself as an adult, okay? As previously mentioned, I'm 31 years old, gonna be 32 this year. Shout out to 1994. How many years would you really consider yourself being an adult? Because for me, when I think about it, maybe like truly where I'm like, damn, I'm like adulting, like 28, 29. Okay, let's say 29. So 29, 30, 31, 3.5 years I've been an adult, okay? I'm still very much learning how to be an adult. And, I beat myself up over I should be further along in life. I should be this, but I've only been an adult for 3 years. How can I get mad at myself for being where I'm at when I only knew so much up until that point in my life? And up until that, on the brink of my adulthood life, I made sure, and I'm still making sure, that I'm living it to the fullest. I wasn't pursuing a family, a house, and that traditional life. I wasn't pursuing that. I was out doing crazy shit. I was out traveling the world. I went to Australia for a month. I was going to Florida 5-6 times a year. I was out drinking and getting fucked up with my friends down the Jersey Shore. Like, I wasn't pursuing adult stuff, and I don't regret any of that for a second. So with that in mind, how can I get mad of where I am in my life right now when I've really only been an adult for 3 years. And not to compare, but kind of to compare, the people that I know, like, I'm doing really well. I'm 31 years old. I have a business. I work for myself. Like, I don't ever have to ask for a day off again in my life, as long as I do this job, which to be determined if I keep doing this job. But I never saw myself as someone working for someone else and being a part of that corporate wheel. But how can I beat myself up over what I've accomplished so far and the progress I've made in my personal life, my career? How can I get mad at myself? And again, that comes back to giving yourself grace. So I've been taking this period to, instead of being mad, like, why don't I have any ideas? Why don't I know what to do next? Why don't I feel inspired to make a digital product and sell stuff online? Like, these are all thoughts that I have, but I'm like, Lex, like, you're doing good. You're doing good for the situation at hand. And you know what? At the end of the day, am I where I want to be in life in terms of like goals I have? Of course not. No. But am I happy? Yeah. Yeah. I'm absolutely happy. And I would bet a lot of money that I'm more happy than most people I know in life, because I'm not chasing superficial things. I'm not chasing validation from others. I've really worked on having gratitude and focusing on joy over temporary happiness. And at the end of the day, that's really all that matters, right? As long as I can rest my head on the pillow at night and I'm at peace, my peace is something that no one can fuck with. No one can take away my peace from me. And that's something I've worked hard on protecting, and I will continue to protect my peace for the rest of my life. And I think I've focused a lot of my adult years on that. And I've given myself the tools to now go forward into the next point of my life where, now I can pivot. Now I can take more risks because I am so secure in myself and I've built such a strong foundation within me where I don't let outside sources affect how I feel about myself. I'm so secure within myself. No one can affect my peace. And at the end of the day, I live a joyful life. And I've learned that, happiness is a fleeting emotion. I've said this before on here, but it really resonates with me. Happiness is a fleeting emotion. It comes and goes. You have happy times, you have sad times. All those things are temporary. But joy is internal. Joy is internal, and that's something you carry with you. So I have my peace. I have my sense of, what's the word I'm looking for? I just fucking said it. I have my peace. I'm secure within myself, and I have joy. I have my joy. I'm healthy. I have a good family. I have friends. Like, what more do I really want? What more do I really want? Do I want to see the world? Yes. Will that happen? Yeah, because I'm also the kind of person where, like, if I make a plan and I set myself out to do something, I'm going to figure it out. I'm going to figure it out. Will I ever be a multi-millionaire, billionaire? Probably not. Probably not, because, like, I don't know, the way I see myself, like, if I ever come into that much money, I'm not hoarding it. I'm giving it away. I'm going out on the street. I'm handing out $100 like they're cigarettes, which, speaking of cigarettes, one last thing, and I'm going to wrap this up because it's been almost a half hour. That's crazy. Oh, it's 11:11. Oh my God. Can you see that? That's crazy. Signs. Speaking of, which is crazy because I literally haven't checked my watch this whole time. I stopped vaping last year, 2025, December last year, last month. I stopped vaping because I realized how bad it is for you. I mean, I've always kind of known that, but you vape so much. Like, you wake up, vape in your hand, you're laying on the couch, ripping your vape at all times. I'm in the bathroom on the toilet. And, not for nothing, when I was smoking cigarettes, I wasn't doing that. You can't smoke inside no more. So I went back to cigarettes. Yeah. You know what? I'm going to fucking say it with my chest. I went back to smoking cigarettes. Do I smoke them every day? No, I actually don't. But you know what? Life is fucking tough. I don't do drugs. I don't smoke weed. I don't drink alcohol. Give me a little fucking cigarette. Okay, give me a Marlboro menthol light. Okay. I don't smoke while I'm at work because I'm like, ew, I don't want to smell gross. But if I'm out, I'm in the car, yeah, why not? Have a little fucking cigarette. Life's rough, man. And I haven't had a cigarette in days. So it's like, you know what? I'm doing better than I was when I was vaping. Um, all my friends were like mad at me because before the year ended, I that's when I bought cigarettes and I was like, we're bringing back cigarettes in 2026. Like, yeah, we're making smoking cigarettes a thing again. Everyone's like, Lex, like stop. And I'm like, no, I will die on this hill. We're smoking cigarettes again. Also, smoking's bad. Like I didn't pick up like a full on smoking cigarette habit, but like I said, a little something to take the edge off. But I'm out of breath. I need to finish my coffee, which is probably cold now. It's still a little warm. I'm gonna journal. I need to kind of come back to center. I'm a little stir crazy because, like I said, we had a snowstorm, so hopefully my car is not buried. I did clean it out yesterday, but who knows what it's like out there right now. I'm gonna have a nice little like a reset day. I'm gonna try to like just be here now. Be here now. So yeah, so I thank you if you took the time to listen to me talk for almost a half hour. I missed you. I missed doing this. And I think I'm going to start uploading my podcast to YouTube. So if you would like, you can subscribe to the YouTube Live Laugh Lex podcast. And there will be a video on YouTube for this episode. And yeah, I truly just thank you for being here always. And maybe I'm not the most consistent person when it comes to this, but it's something that I find comfort in and I enjoy coming back to this. So I'm going to try my best to do better. I really got lucky that the cat has not cried. Like that's actually a miracle because when I tell you he's been crying, everything just worked out. So I thank you for listening. Make sure you follow me on my socials at LexPed, LEXPED. If you would like to submit a question, concern, comment, you can visit my website, lexped.com/podcast. Be sure to rate this episode 5 stars on wherever you listen to your podcast. Share it with a friend. Drop a line. Let me know what you think. If you have any suggestions, talk to me. Let's start a conversation. Like if you have anything on your mind, anything you're going to do this year, anything you're looking forward to, anything that I should try, like hit me up. Like a girl's desperate for fucking connection. Like I'm literally sitting here talking to a camera because I'm so desperate for connection. But yeah, okay, let's wrap this up. Thank you so much for listening. Live, laugh, lex. Bye.